did you know that NASA is planning to send astronauts to the moon in 2024 for the first time since 1972?
Since 1972? No, I don't know it before.
Oh, geez. I would say we're probably on par in terms of just percentages of people who actually even know about these things.
For me, I think the main thing is just how many things for Earth improve when we go to space.
And as part of my work for that application, I understood more and more about the 2024 deadline or date set for the goal to start building a base on Mars, and an interplanetary base at that. So
space is such an unknown place that it just makes us want to go further into it. And probably at 100 years from now, you'll probably know what those unknowns are, but right now we don't know. So that's what just brings an urging fire to different people, a lot of people, that makes us want to go explore that.
Today, we could solve any problem and we could get the answer of any question from YouTube. But that time, if they wanted any answer, so they have to talk to their parents, or if they wanted to know, for example, that how to be financially successful. So
if you take the more of a Starship approach, within 2 years they went from having like nothing to now getting ready to do an orbital test of their new rocket that they built from scratch. In between, they've done lots of hops and then even landings. A lot more rapid stuff going on there.
The rockets are the key to the space. That's really important. And as you mentioned, that the space technology has reusable rockets. So that's a great revolution, and many people will have the opportunity to trip to the moon. Well, not to the moon, to the space orbit.
But then it seems like everything shifted back to the moon, and then it kind of makes sense. Honestly, the whole thing just makes a lot more sense that we would take our baby steps and just go to the moon first, validate the technology. It's so much closer. People don't realize just how drastic a difference it is to get to the moon versus to get to Mars. It's like 4 days to get to the moon or 7 months to get to Mars. So
I don't know. I feel like SpaceX is probably the most viable for that type of travel. I mean, the other ones, they didn't go that far up, right?
Yeah, not at all. They just went above the atmosphere and came back down.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like SpaceX is going for the more legit commercial space travel when it comes to that. I don't know. We'll see where the other companies go. But
we don't know exactly what time they're going to launch, but the weather looks perfect, and I believe it is a historical mission carrying 4 people that are complete civilians, and certainly not the norm for what you see launching out of a space center anywhere in the world. So very delighted to be here and share this moment with people like you.
Our food, how well does food production go? Global warming, if that actually continue, or if it continues for the heat to rise, how does that affect us? So how does that affect us in 500 years? So I would say that in 500 years time, I would like to say we're an advanced civilization, but not necessarily too advanced where we consider ourselves aliens.
This is my sketching.
Oh, wow. That's so beautiful. I mean, so much detail, and like the shading and that is beautiful.
A lunar orbit. I mean, most of the fuel that's used in a rocket is in the first stage, and that's just getting it off of Earth. So if you can have something there to refuel, our ability to do missions beyond even on maybe our solar system, I think will be much, much greater. And then that'll make it a lot easier to do more far-reaching things, more complex things, and then inhabiting planets. So
NASA has mentioned that at least one woman should be landing the moon, and I think it's very important that, because even the name of the program has that objective. Apollo was the first lunar program, and right now it's Artemis, and Artemis it's a woman in the Greek mythology.
Of the opinion of Elon and Jeff Bezos, who who dream of a world that's or humanity that's spread out across the universe, right? Or within our solar system at the very least, right? Because if something really dramatic and tragic happens here on Earth, that we still have these outposts of humanity.
To me, the exciting thing is colonization. And when we look towards that, it's definitely going to improve things on Earth. Like, we're going to learn a lot how to not destroy a planet, but...
And the moon is the first step. If we can conquer the moon, we will conquer pretty much every planet that is habitable. Not any of them are habitable currently, based on our current understanding of life, but we can make it habitable, especially Mars. So I think that that is something viable within the next generation.
Wish you all the very, very best. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.